What's up, you guys? Welcome back into iHeartRadio's official wrestling podcast, the Battleground Podcast. It is Battle alongside with me, my tag team partner, Eli. And man, I got to tell you, ever since this guy signed with TNA, I have hit them up every single time when they say, hey, we've got media available. Do you want to talk to so-and-so?
Can confirm.
This guy has been the top name on our list every time. And now it's finally happened. I guess he just has to win a championship to come on the show. Leon Slater joins the show. What's up, man?
Yeah, what's going on, fellas? I'm glad to be here.
Man, we are super excited to have you. And let's just jump right into it, man. Slammiversary, all kinds of records being broken. I mean, drew a record crowd of over 7,000 people, TNA's biggest North American event ever. You, my friend, became the youngest X Division champion at 20 years and 296 days, beating Amazing Red's 2003 mark. Did you ever expect to break that kind of legacy?
It's a weird one, man. Like I've said it a couple of times. It's a really, really strange thing where like I've been striving for this for so long. Like even before I got to TNA, like I've been training since I was 9 for a moment like this and for the X Division Championship. You know what I mean? So it almost turns into one of them things where like, people say to you when you're younger, like, oh, when you get married, it's the best day of your life. When you have kids, it's going to change your life. It's going to be so great. But it seems so far off in the distant future that it never really feels real. And then all of a sudden you get married and you have kids and then it's here and you're like, oh my God, like it's finally here. You know what I mean? So it's almost turned into one of those things where I've been striving after it for so long. And then on Sunday, obviously the rest hand hit 3. And I got strapped up by Moose. With the X Division Championship, and I'm looking down in the ring and the X Division Championship's in my hand. I'm like, oh my God, this is mine. And even 3 days on, it still doesn't really feel real. And it's been a process to process what went down on Sunday. But the more time that separates from Slammiversary, the more real it starts to feel. And I think it's really going to settle in tomorrow live on Impact.
Yeah. I mean, it was an incredible match at the Slammiversary, is a incredible moment, all that stuff. You know, one of the things about the X Division has always been about no limits, and there's just been some incredible matches and moments throughout the history of that title. What does that motto mean to you personally, and how do you plan on using that mentality to kind of push the X Division forward?
So I think No Limits in 2025 has a completely different meaning to what it meant in 2002, 2003, right? I feel like the standards and the norm in wrestling was a lot different from what the standards and the norm is today. You know what I'm saying? 20 years on from when the X Division was kind of first crafted. So I think it even comes with more challenges because the general field of wrestlers is more athletic, they're more explosive, they can do crazier stuff, the matches are longer, etc, etc, etc. So I think the challenge for me, like following that no limits motto, is trying to carve my own lane within that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And trying to find what no limits means for Leon Slater. Does that mean taking the X Division to new heights? Does that mean maybe one day using option C and having no limits kind of travel through that path? Does it mean taking the X Division title to places it's never been, going to Europe, going back home to the UK? I think there is a world of possibilities within this reign, and I'm definitely excited to find out what it holds just as much as you guys. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had my first defense yet. I haven't had my my first, I suppose, celebration or speech yet.
Right.
But when that happens, I think we're going to have a lot of a clearer idea on where this reign's going to take us.
Absolutely,
man. And again, I want to go back to Slammiversary because again, incredible wave that TNA is riding off of right now with that. And one of the things, you know, earlier before Slammiversary, Carlos Silva said Slammiversary is going to be phenomenal. And of course, everybody realizes what that means on the internet. And it's like, AJ Styles is coming back, right? And then finally TNA's like, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and tell you, AJ Styles is coming back to Slammiversary. We didn't know what was going to happen. You win, you're sitting there in the ring, and all of a sudden we hear the and then you start going crazy. We all start going crazy. AJ Styles returns, and he publicly endorsed you as the future. How did that endorsement land for you personally, and what are your plans now carrying such high regards from AJ Styles?
So again, like it was a huge moment for me professionally, of course. But personally, like you mentioned, it's even bigger, right? Because growing up in the UK, especially if you didn't have like the Sky Sports, if you didn't have like the bigger, I suppose, like cable channels, you couldn't watch the Raw and the SmackDowns and stuff. So like
Mhm.
for me, I was born and bred a TNA kid. I would like study the clips on YouTube. I would watch it every week on TV. And if you were a TNA kid, like during the time that I was growing up, AJ Styles was the guy. So to have
Yeah.
AJ make his return after a decade plus, and he could have had that moment to himself, and no one would have complained. No one would have batted an eye because he's earned that and he deserves it, right? But the fact that he took that moment to share it with me and sing my praises, is something I'm never ever gonna forget. And you asked how I'm gonna carry that forward, and I think there's two ways I can look at it. There's either the I suppose the more pessimistic side where it's the pressure that's on me now trying to live up to the words not only of the Hardys but of AJ Styles, the guy that put this company on his back for years. I suppose there is a lot of pressure that comes with that, but the way that I'm choosing to look at it is there's no way I can fail now. You know what I'm saying? I've got the support of the TNA fans. I've got the support of the Hardy Boys. I've got the support now of AJ Styles. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
all I have to do, I feel, is keep doing what I've been doing, keep growing, keep learning, keep studying. And there's no way that I can let everyone down. You know?
Yeah, speaking of that, there's a lot of chatter about the TV deal and access. Not everyone has access to access. That sounds weird. I watch it every week on YouTube. Everyone has YouTube. Just
Hmm.
subscribe to TNA on YouTube, and there it is. So it's been really awesome being able to catch up and follow along and stuff like that. Speaking of the next episode of TNA Impact, you are addressing the crowd, and we
Yes,
imagine this will
sir.
be kind of a celebration time that you're referring to. Do you already have things planned out you're wanting to speak of, or is it just going to be like you're just going to feel it when you feel it?
I think that's one where I just gotta feel it where I'm gonna feel it, man. Like I'm still on a high from Sunday, and I think I want to bring that energy tomorrow live on Impact. You know what I'm saying? And if there's one thing I know is gonna happen for sure, we're gonna have some fun, man. We're gonna have some fun. I've been striving
Mhm.
after this since I was 9 years old. We finally did it. I've had everyone behind me for this whole journey, so I got a lot of thank yous to say.
Mhm.
And I got a lot of fun to have tomorrow night on Impact for sure.
Awesome.
Oh,
Can't wait for
it's
that.
definitely going to be fun for sure. And speaking of fun, it's been fun to watch this partnership with TNA and WWE and NXT. And of course, there's all these dream matches. You've got Trick Williams and JC are the TNA World Heavyweight Champions that are contracted with WWE.
Hmm.
There is a friend of ours on Instagram. He goes by the name of Vigilante Talks, and he put something out earlier today that I saw, and I was like, give me this matchup because it will feed families. And I will share with you the graphic that he shared. And I want to get your thoughts on could this happen? So here's the graphic.
Let's do it. Ah, there it
Javon
is.
Evans and Leon Slater.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thoughts on this? Is this something that you would like to push for?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think as soon as the NXT TNA collab started, I think that was a matchup that was on the tip of people's tongues. And
Mhm.
obviously we've been going for like maybe just over a year now, and it's the hype is building and building and building. Obviously, with me getting kind of my crowning moment on Sunday, and Javon's obviously been killing it on the other side. I feel like we sit in a very parallel position where what he's doing over there, he's killing it on that brand. I'm killing it on our brand, and I feel like it's only a matter of time until the young OG steps over and crosses the line, or the youngest in charge crosses the line over to Orlando for sure.
I
Yeah.
I will tell you, when this happens, this match will feed families. I will
Yeah,
be
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir, it will.
100% real with everybody. And it go ahead and tell Meltzer to give it 5, 6, 7 stars. Give it match of the year because that's going to
Yeah.
be a fun one to watch for sure.
Talk about tearing
Yes,
the house
sir.
down. So speaking of Slammiversary again, the attendance was a record for North America, 7,623 fans. What is your opinion on, crowd size? I know the mentality is you'd rather work a small crowd that's hot than a big crowd that's cold. Like we get all that. But I mean, when you have a hot, big crowd, is that just extra adrenaline for you? Or like, does it maybe throw you off a little bit? Like what's your mentality?
It's a dream come true, man. Like growing up as an aspiring wrestler, you dream to be on the Slammiversaries, the Bound for Glories with the crowds where you look out and you it just goes on forever, it seems, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yes, the adrenaline is pumping on a whole new level because of the stage, the platform, the amount of people there. But it also is a new one for myself, where that's by far the biggest crowd I've ever performed in front of.
Mhm.
It was a challenge for me to learn how to operate in front of a crowd that's in the thousands and thousands, right? Because the sound operates differently.
It does.
It's not like indies that I've been used to before, where maybe it's 500-600 people in a room. You can hear every single voice, and the sound doesn't have anywhere to go but straight at you. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But at the UBS on Sunday, we had nearly 8,000 people in the building. And the UBS is a huge arena within itself. So all that sound is going everywhere else, it seems, but at me. You know what I'm saying? So there's some stuff we were doing where I'm like, damn, like, did that not look so good? Or like, do we not have them?
Right.
And then obviously, like, as we came back, people were like, oh my God, you killed it. They were screaming, they were loud, you know what I'm saying? I think the moment where I really realized it was when AJ came out, and the music hits and the room just lights up. The energy, it's like a wave of energy that hit me. And obviously, like, I'm a huge TNA fan, and I know all the words to his theme song. So when the
Right.
song hits, I'm trying to sing along. I'm like, you are, and I can't hear it because the crowd is so loud and it's like covering his entrance theme. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I think that's really the point where I don't want to say it threw me off, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, oh wow, like this is different, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely, for sure. Leon Slater's our guest right now, and you talk about being in the ring with AJ Styles. You've shared the ring with the Hardy Boys. How has working with these icons shaped your in-ring style and future goals? And have they given you any advice outside of the ring that's stuck with you?
It's been huge, man. It really has been huge. Especially with Matt and Jeff, where I've got to do that on a more regular basis. Just being able to, and it's not even like, um, don't get me wrong. Yes, they're super, super gracious with their time and their information that they've learned over their 30 years in the business. And I like to think, me, Matt, and Jeff are like all like to the point now where I consider them like pretty close friends. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I can reach out to them and ask them questions like anytime I do have them. But I think getting that priceless experience of being a part of a Hardy Boys entrance, or even on Sunday, being a part of such a historic moment like AJ returning to TNA, having that priceless experience of being sat front row, and seeing how they carry themselves through this has been huge for me. Like for example, anytime Matt and Jeff, and myself do the 6-man tags, getting to see how they operate the day of, and how they plan stuff and how they structure stuff is extremely interesting, and I'm trying to take everything that I can from that. And then when we do the match itself, I'm seeing how they command the arena. You know what I mean? As soon as that music hit, every head in the room turns towards the entrance ramp. Every butt gets off the seat. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, when whether it's Matt or Jeff waiting for the hot tag, once that tag happens, the crowd lights up, and seeing getting that front row seat truly is priceless, and it's something I'm going to remember forever, and it's something that I'm trying to learn from as much as I can, because again, Matt and Jeff have said it themselves, so I'm not afraid to say this, but they have more of their career behind them than they do in front. And I'm almost in an inverse position where I have more in front of me than I do behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So to get the chance to spend this last 6 months of my career, and to get the chance to spend this final stretch of Matt and Jeff's career with them, has been huge for me, because like I was saying with AJ, like they could take this moment all for themselves and nobody would blame them. Nobody would bat an eye. They
Mhm.
deserve this big final run where they win the championships. They're on top of the world, and they don't have to share that with anyone if they don't want to, but they've chosen to share it with me. Which is something I hold super, super close to my heart. And it's a super prideful point for me. And again, it's something I'm never ever gonna forget, and it's something I'll always be grateful for.
Yeah, amazing answer. Speaking of the Hardys, we had a pretty defining moment for them at Slammiversary. They won the tag team titles again, and then they had a little confrontation, I guess you'd say, with Bully Ray. They are set to face each other one final time at Bound for Glory. Excuse me. How do you view this legendary rivalry? And then what's your opinion of them having this final chapter in TNA?
I think it's great, man. And Matt and Jeff are all about making history and making moments and doing things that are going to live forever. And I think this is just another accolade for them. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm very, very biased here. I think Matt, but again, I'm biased, but I don't think it's unfair to say that Matt and Jeff, in my opinion, are the best tag team to ever do it. To ever do it. They've held championships in 4 different decades, which has never been done before.
Hmm.
And yes, the Dudleys may have, I think, more titles in total, but just the longevity of Matt and Jeff is insane. And obviously they outside of the tag stuff, they've had all the single success, you know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
again, to get that almost front row seat that because that match was on just after mine. So
Hmm.
I was fresh off the adrenaline of my match, and then settled down to watch the Hardys match, and then Bubba Ray comes out, and I'm like, yo, what is
Yeah.
going on?
Right.
Um and as Bubba's making the challenge, I realized the ground is laid for Bound for Glory. And if there's anything I've learned from Matt and Jeff is that they live for the moment, right? And I think Bound for Glory is going to be another one of those opportunities for them to make history and really put a stamp and kind of close that chapter and prove that they are the greatest tag team of all time.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be fun for sure on that road to Bound for Glory. Last question before we let you go, because I know the champ's time is very precious and he's got other things to do than talk to us
I always
because,
got
the
time for you
champ's got
guys. I always got
other
time for
things
you
to do.
guys. Come on now.
Yeah.
Last question for you. If we were to look at Leon's music playlist right now, we kind of just
Ooh.
scroll through, right? And we see that one song on there that we're like very surprised to see it on
Yeah.
your playlist. What is that song that Leon
The one that
is listening to?
makes you lose street cred.
Wow, okay. So right now, like I think there's a lot that you would expect. Like I've been listening to the new Tyler the Creator album. There's a
Yes.
bunch of like UK rap that's just come out. My boy Jim Legacy just dropped his project, Black British Music, which has been a great listen. But I guess something that you wouldn't expect. Um, I can go down two roads here. So I don't know if people would expect me to listen to as much heavy metal as I do.
Hmm.
Like I grew up on the SmackDown versus Raw game, so like new metal, like
Oh,
Linkin Park, Three
yeah.
Days
Mm-hmm.
Grace, Slipknot, like that's my stuff, man. Like I love
Hmm.
that. So I don't know if people would expect that out of me. And also recently I've been enjoying a lot of like Sabrina Carpenter and Doja Cat
Mm.
too. Like yeah, like in the gym, like you gotta listen to the rap and the heavy metal, but sometimes you just gotta let loose, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have
Right.
some fun. So I've been enjoying a bunch of pop music recently too, but heavy metal and pop, I definitely don't picture people expecting me. I don't imagine people would expect me to listen to that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I have to brag real quick. I saw this was in 2003. This was the Summer Sanitarium tour. It was Mudvayne, Deftones, Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, and Metallica.
No. Oh my goodness, bro. That sounds like
Yeah,
heaven. That sounds like
it
heaven.
was. It was in St. Louis. I was there all day, and and the funny
Hell
thing was
yeah.
is I kept getting closer, and so by the time
Uh-huh.
Metallica was there, I was so close to the pyro, it felt like it was burning my face earlier and stuff.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah,
Oh
man,
man.
killer show.
Well, Leon, I know our time is getting wrapped up here shortly. So, last thing, what do you want to say to the fans watching or listening to this right now?
I want to say thank you, man. You guys have been backing me this whole journey, especially with this ride up to Slammiversary. It was the first time I've really felt the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a completely different thing. Looking at like good luck messages and stuff, that kind of happen sporadically throughout the year. But in this ride up to Slammiversary and the fallout from Slammiversary, I felt the love and I felt the energy. So from everyone from my family to the TNA team to all the fans that came out in UBS, all the people that watched it at home. I just want to say thank you because I wouldn't be where I am without you guys, and I appreciate you massively.